good teammate of Steve Reardon's for the last 10 or 12 years. Can you enlighten us on how he got his nickname Pencil?
Yeah, unfortunately he's not as well hung as some people in the club. I think a few of them had him covered by about 6 years of age. We like to look at him as an entree, not a main meal. But yeah, so if you ever see him in the shower, you'll know why.
And talk us through Craig Polla-Mounter and his drinking habits.
Polly is a pest. He's probably perfect drinking partner would be a deaf bloke, because he wouldn't have to put up with him. He's just a maniac on the piss. You just can't get rid of him. But I think we've got to draw straws as to who puts up with him every night when we go out in the drink. So, but yeah, he's the Grinch, cranky and annoying.
Thanks very much, Barry.
Thank you.
Club captain Darren Brett, you just enlighten us on Steve Reardon and how he got his nickname Pencil.
Yeah, well, I thought it was because he was a skinny bloke, but I was perched up in the shower there after training one day and he walked in and I thought, geez, that poor bloke, he was definitely standing behind the door.
And you've obviously been on the drink with Craig Polla-Mounter. Can you enlighten us on his drinking habits?
Polly is definitely a pest. He just hangs around, just in your ear. I reckon if you drew an ear on a lamppost, he'd talk into that. That's how he goes.
Thanks very much, Darren.
Just to Polly and Rito, you're a credit both to your family, your friends, your teammates, and also the club that you've played for. You know, you're very loyal and good friends to have around the place. Rito mucks around and jokes around, which is all good fun, and Polly's quite serious and aggressive sometimes, but very competitive on the field, great to play with, and just like to wish you all the best. Hopefully both of you will be playing again next year, but congratulations on the testimonial and I hope everything goes well.
I'd say congratulations to both Polly and Rito for great careers, very well deserved, and two good blokes, and I just wish that all the best for the future. Thanks.
A couple of words about Rito and Polly. Polly, you're a pest, and Rito, you're very small.
Steve Reardon, why do they call him Pencil?
Well, when I stand beside him in the shower, I'm not the most well-endowed bloke, but I'm pretty good compared to him.
Craig, a few of the boys have been saying that you're an absolute pest on the drink. Is that correct?
I think Gary, in my former years I was, but I think now I've been well and truly overtaken by the numero uno pest, and his name's one Weirdo Scott. Today it's been a real pleasure of mine to celebrate my testimonial with Steve Reardon. We've been together now for 11 years. He's been a great friend, a great mate, and he's also a great footballer, and I've really enjoyed playing with him, and it's, like I said, an absolute pleasure and an honour to have this day with Rito. Thank you.
Well, Glenn, how did Steve get his nickname Pencil?
I'm not too sure, guys, but all I know is in the showers, his nickname's Corner Boy in the showers because he's always over there hiding himself from everybody else.
And over the years you've had plenty of drinks with Craig. How does he go?
Yeah, he's a fair pest on the grog, Polly, but yeah, to the both of them I wish them all the best, and I'm sure after tonight they won't need any financial help anyway.
Yeah, on behalf of the club I'd like to congratulate both Craig and Steve on a tremendous career over the period of time they've been involved here. Rito first came down in 1990 and Polly in 1991. And their first coach was Jeff Robinson, and I'm sure they've really enjoyed their time here. They've been special team men and club men, and I wish them all the best for a very special day.
Well, Steve, the boys have been giving it to you over your nickname Pencil. Would you like to enlighten us on that?
The name Pencil, it comes because I'm full of lead, and I don't think size matter, does it, guys? You should know about that.
And what's your thoughts on marriage, Stephen?
I haven't got many thoughts on marriage, guys. You're a long time married and we don't want to rush these things.
And Craig, good bloke to have a drink with?
Punish. No, he's not too bad. Craig, I don't care what they say, Craig, you're not a pain in the arse in the piss. Polly, played with Polly for a fair while. He's very competitive. You always know that if you're 5 behind or 5 in front, Polly's always going to be giving it his best, so congratulations, Polly.
Yeah, Polly turned up here in '98. I think you're the crankiest man that I've ever seen. You being the way you are, 2 million to lemons, mate, and I'd just like to thank you for it.
Just a couple of short words about Steve Reardon. He's probably one of the youngest old people I've ever played with, He's certainly young at heart and certainly young in the mind. The only thing I can say to sum up what he is, Polla-Mounter. What can you say that he already hasn't said about himself? Probably the angriest man I know.
When I think about Steve Reid, I think the skinny boy from the country, the bad mullet. But Rido's a good bloke to be around. He's sort of always up to plenty of things. Always a practical joker and fun to be around. He's called Pencil. For some reason, I'm not quite sure. At least I might be able to tell you about that. But and then there's Polly. Small man syndrome is definitely here with Polly. He is probably one of the angriest mans I've ever seen. But on the footy field, he shows his true colours. He's 6 foot tall and 100 kilos. He always puts his 100% in. But then again, on the grog, he's a man to stay clear of. So I just like to say to Polly and Rito, best of luck in the future. And it's been good knowing you. And hope to see you in a couple of years and have a beer.
Just a couple of words about Rudy and Polly, two of the greatest rascals in the club, but lovable blokes and great footballers, and I wish them all the best for the rest of their born days.
Yeah, Rudy, there's two sort of blokes. The blokes like playing with mate. You like playing with a good bloke and love having a drink. And two blokes like playing with mate. Polly was good playing with him.
Yeah, first of all, I start off with the poll. I won't talk much about the negative bits because I know everyone's going to mention, so I'll just talk about the positives. Some of his positives. I'll stick to the negative bits. I've got a bit on the drink, and I know everyone calls him a bit of a pest and that, but honestly, I've got to say he's probably been one of the main leaders since I've started. He's always given me a hand, and I really appreciate it all. Just want to wish you the best of luck for whatever you're going to decide to do next year. With Ruda, he's always been an ambassador for the club. A great bloke off and on the field, willing to help, and really appreciate all your times here as well, guys. So best of luck and wish you all the best.
Yeah, first come down to train a couple of years ago and went into the showers, and it was fairly cold outside, and I thought Ruda was cheering me up about this little piece of shrinkage he had. But then next day, boiling hot, back in the showers again, and he still had the same thing, so I didn't know what was going on, but he's not packing much downstairs. But to you both, good luck to you and your partners and families.
Yeah, I hope you have a nice day tomorrow. I'll be there to celebrate the time you've been here at the club. It's really good to know you fellas. Cheers.
Just for you guys, but I'll see you tomorrow. And I hear you guys have been here for 10 years, is it something like that? But I think about you're 40 years old anyway, so hope you have a good day and enjoy the rest of the year.
What can I say about Rudo? I think he's got that ADD, the attention deficit. What's that called? The attention deficit disorder. Ever since he's been here, he just annoys the hell out of you the whole time here. He's like a little kid. But he has been a good mate over the last 10 years. I wish him all the best for his testimonial. And Polly, he was a very aggro man when I first came in. He's mellowed out a little bit, but he's still a very aggro man. And I just wish Polly all the best as well.
G'day guys, sorry I can't be there at your testimonial luncheon, but well done on being awarded the testimonial. It means you're either pretty good or pretty old. Maybe both. But anyway, thanks for the good times over the years, watching you run around in the blue and white jerseys. Plenty of good times, some bad times. But your loyalty, commitment, dedication to the club is something you'll be proud of. Well done and good luck for the rest of the season.
Craig and Steve, congratulations on your testimonials. There must be fantastic players getting older, retiring. I'm not sure what it is, but well done on the achievement. I think it's fantastic. You've played for the same club for more than a decade, and what's more, it's one of the best clubs in Australia. Well, definitely the best footy club in Australia. It's a side that I've followed for a long time and had great interest with, particularly when Peter Moore was running the club. But I think it's a fantastic club. They've got a great spirit. The Canterbury district is renowned for that. I think the football side has showed that over the years. So well done to you guys for fantastic careers. May it continue for a bit longer. Have a good day, and I'm sorry I can't be there with you.
Brings back lots of memories there, Polly. Yeah, mate, I only wish I had that much pace now.
probably keep a job at halfback.
You're not on your own deal. I lost it about 6-7 years ago, mate.
Took you around that quick.
Paul, I just want to talk about the early years when you came down, 1990, won the grand final with Robbo as coach. And Rito, you were that too, Rito? No? A bit younger than that. They called a lot of people on the video called you were angry, drunk. And I just want to know that the years leading up to that down the Willows, did you create that down there? Did you learn that from Robbo, or where was it born? Mer's not. Mer's a pretty placid person.
No, he's very placid actually. I think I'm just a bit misunderstood. Like I said in the video, mellowed a bit in the latter years, trying to anyway. I think Dennis Scott's taken over now.
Probably would have been the great bullfrog who brought you to Canterbury. And Baron Nelson will probably credit himself with it. He probably just had you under his coat. He's got about 4 more of you under there at the moment. But how did you get here and how does it all happen?
Yeah, no, I remember back when I was at high school, Obes come and saw me one day at Ipswich. I had a game of rugby union up there. We'd spoken to Bullfrog a couple of weeks before. And I think I owe everything to those two blokes, especially because they were the ones who gave me the chance in the first place to down in this club. And I'm glad I came in. A long time ago now, 11 years ago, but I'm glad I did.
Yeah, Paul, you talk about Ipswich. You had that scar here where they cut your second head off, mate, from Ipswich. Looked like
It's not too bad actually, it's just right on my shoulder.
A lot of talk for where Great Polla-Mounter goes to here. You're building a house up the coast. You're keen to hang around. What's happening there? I know Bob Haven's got plenty of money for you.
I'm still undecided what I'm doing for next year at this stage. I'll just wait and see. I'm getting a bit older. I've got that pace that I showed earlier. Put on a few more kilos. But yeah, I'll just wait and see how I finish at the end of the year. And hopefully there might be something there. Or I read in the paper a couple of weeks ago that the Tigers are looking for a halfback come hooker. So I'll see how we go.
Obviously noisy around that. Noisy, street noises here from the West Tigers. Congratulations to being noisy. Round of applause for my boss, thanks, ladies and gentlemen. And we probably played 228 games for the Bulldogs, and I know you played the 94, 95 grand final, 98. Another game prior to that must have been one of your best and memorable games prior to the grand final. Would you beat?
Yeah, that was in 98 against Parramatta. That was a really memorable game for me, but obviously, although we won that, I think the most memorable games for me was 95 and followed close by 94 and 98. Even though we did lose those games, I think the greatest thrill for anybody is to get to a grand final. There's plenty of players that have never got there, so it was a great thrill just to be there and be part of the day. But obviously 95 was a huge highlight.
In 1998, I had this set memory in my mind of Craig Polla-Mounter with his arms up in the air after kicking a field goal, which would have won the game for us just before we went into extra time. Did you honestly believe you had kicked it, or you knew it went under? I know the competitor and Craig Polla-Mounter knows that he would have kicked it, or would have thought he had, but what do you think?
It's the story of my life, Chuck. A bit short. At the time when Rocket picked me up, I thought that I actually kicked it, but obviously on video record it showed otherwise.
And I know one of your favourite memories off the field was in Adelaide when we were down there one year. I think we got a touch up too, and you didn't get to bed that night, and you come straight into breakfast and threw a butter sachet right at Phillips. Hugh Hezzo, that doctor, smashed him in the melon.
I remember that still to this day, and if I can remember correctly, it was you that was throwing it at him, not me.
I've got to blame anyway. Take us through a couple of other highlights. Family hood now, Emma, the children, a little man who runs around the changing shed, signing the autographs.
Yeah, they were 2 great days in my life. Having 2 children, Ashley and Jordan. Jordan's proven to be one of the most active people going around, especially in the dressing room. Corey Hughes got him aside one day and got him to sign a few autographs on the jerseys. So he's quite famous for that.
Just taking you through that, we have all these jerseys in the changing shed, and when you come to training, you sign your name on it before you put your bag in your locker. And Jordan was with Polly coming through one day, and boys jigged Jordan up and asked him if he'd like to sign the jumper. So all these people have come in for a signed Bulldog jumper. They've got all these signatures, Terry Lamb, Craig Polla-Mounter, all the legend, and they've got this 5-year-old writing Jordan. Poor old Alan Nelson, he's not here. If you've ever seen him go off on the changing sheet, he'll come that day.
You're not at the end of your career yet, we'll talk about the future for yourself and the family. You like fishing as we know. What's it like for now it's a couple of years to come?
Well, I've just finished building a house now in Queensland. I'll definitely move back to the Sunshine Coast when I'm finished. Whether it be now or later, I'm not too sure yet. Haven't made up my mind, whatever the future brings, I'll just have to wait and see. I'm not too quite sure myself.
You're going to start a fishing, trawling, a company up there, or?
That's too hard, mate.
Everyone might have to run that, is that right?
Just have to do something, someone's got to pay for the fuel from the boat.
Well, Craig, we'll give you an opportunity to come back up and say a few words later, but if there's ever anyone who sort of epitomises the spirit about Canterbury and the Bulldogs, it's Craig Polla-Mounter, ladies and gentlemen. Give him a big round. We'll be back in just a couple of minutes. We can start with just a couple of notes here. People who couldn't make it today. Thanks for the invitation to attend Steve Reardon and Craig Polla-Mounter's testimonial, but budget week is pretty busy. Attached is a note that you may wish to pass on to Craig and Steve tomorrow. Thanks also for last Sunday. I'm not disheartened by the result. In fact, the opposite applies. When we lose the first game, we always go on and win the premiership. Well, the first game I go to, sorry, we go on and win the premiership, and that's from John Fay. Local one here. Dear Buff, this is not a letter to invite you to join our esteemed club, as we believe you have a few good seasons left in you yet. Our club is like most of the footy fans of this great rugby league town, and we want to congratulate you on the honour Canterbury Bankstown has bestowed in recognising the 10 years of service you have given to them, an achievement few attained in the modern day of rugby league. You've acquitted yourself with great distinction, both as a player and clubman, and have never forgotten the town where you started your career. We're all very proud of you, so have a great night, Buff, and save those last couple of seasons for the Tomorrow Dragons. Gabriel and the Tomorrow Boys. Steve, with our very best wishes for a great day. You deserve all the good things that come to you because you have never changed. You have always remained modest. You are a great credit to your family, your town and your sport. We're all very proud of you, and we hope that whatever lies ahead, life is as kind to you as you deserve. Kindest regards and best wishes. Lynn, Peter, Clayton and Edwina. And the last one here, to get all this congratulations, where's my ring? Lisa.
A lot of the players spoke about size in the shower. I'm sure I'll talk about your feet in the cold. And they also spoke about the toughness, and Chuck and myself have both played with you. Memories of the toughest game, I see a couple of weeks ago against Northland. Memories of the toughest game we played against, and who was it?
Well, that probably wasn't that much of a tough game, but that Monty Booth can fight, that's all I can say.
Stevie, Bobby, I reckon, the pest on the booze. You handled yourself pretty well. Can you remember when I knocked you out in one world of sport with the gloves on?
Yeah, you were drinking lime today and I was drinking bourbon.
Is it true that you went right out of the ring?
You knocked me straight out of the ring.
That would happen with the game. Knockout Chooks haven't got his line, and he's going to fire. But I think it was 1992, it was on a triple way, there was a number of us got a tattoo on our backside. Bullfrog was the first one to go in. I was the second one, and I think Mitch Newton was there, Dean Pay, Smithy, I think were there. And Rito was one of them as well. Now, all of us got tattoos. Bullfrog got his on his hamstring because he didn't have a nose to put it on. But I just thought I'd ask a question. What was Rito started his tattoo, but what does it actually say? Your tattoo, it's got odds on it.
Well, the story was, we had a 3-day trip away, and I set a little goal to myself not to sleep for 3 days. And I unfortunately got into a shout with Simon Gillies, who were drinking jugs of rum. That was a shout, one jug for him, one jug for me. And I've never drank rum before, and I never will again. But we went and got a tattoo, and I seen all you boys get the Bulldogs tattoos, and I thought, well, everyone's getting one of them, so I'll just get Ogs.
Well, that's bullshit. I tell you, the story was we all went down to get the tattoos, and most of them got them. And Rito was laying on the table. And whether they would get a tattoo, they go backwards. So
my mum and dad don't know, mate. You just look down the bag.
And they started on Rito's backside. The next minute, all I could see was a head in a bin. All he was doing was stewing up for the last half hour. And all his tattoo reads is OGS, O-G-S. So I think I'll have to get it finished before or after he gets married to Weston.
Oh, so.
Brenny's obviously become a very, very close friend of yours in the time in Canterbury, and if you watch the tapes there, you can see Brenny put Rito through for a couple of his tries, in fact probably half of them, and a couple of good balls there, but you've got friends at Tamora tell me that Brenny came out with him at some schools then one day at Tamora, and you managed to touch him up quite nicely. You remember that?
Yeah, Brenny came here with us that day. I took him down to the Terminus Hotel, and the schoolboys footy fellas were there. And we had a few beers that night, and Brenny kept complaining that the beer was off. The last thing I can remember from the night, we had a pretty good night. The last thing I can remember was Brenny had a little gecko in his mouth, and all that was hanging out his little tail. And we got him home next morning, I got up and climbed up and at him, pretty quiet. And I walked into Brenny's room, here he is with the toilet door open, sitting on the toilet, and not a stitch on. Oh, Rito and Cook. What's a gear on hold here, Bill?
Just talking about some players who played at Rito and played quite a few here at the Doggies. I see Mitch Newton up in the crowd, and Mitch is one of my favourite players back here at Canterbury as well, but he's a great competitor and a very good friend of yours. Can you tell us some stories about him?
Yeah, first thing I'll say, if you want to have a yarn with Mitch, have a yarn with him now, because when he gets fish, you can't understand him. But the funniest thing about Mitch, and you were there, I think you were too, we went to Cook Islands, and we got over there and we hired this little moped motorbox, and we're flying around those motorboxes, and we got to this field, and we're sitting there in the field, and we did training, and after training we're going to ride the mopeds home. And the Mitch is flying up on his moped, and at the time he was thinking about getting a Harley Davidson. And he's riding this moped, and you're like, Chris Evans, and started chasing him. And Mitch sort of got to shoot himself. He shot himself and started taking off, and he lost control and went down this little gully. And we just lost him, and oh, dead, this poor mate. And we flew over, he's Mitch, he rode all the way to the bottom. And I suppose you had to burn it, but it was a funny day, but
it was a funny time. That time Mitch said he was going to buy a Harley, and Mitch has never been on a motorbike before. And as soon as he got it, he started. He actually started this moped up and put the accelerator and had a chat. He went straight into a glass, almost went into a glass window. And Mitch got off the bike and said, I don't think I would go on a Harley next year.
Really, just tell us who's some of the toughest people you've backed down the second row with Canterbury over your time. You know, guys like Dean Pay and I don't know anything else, but I thought he might have been.
No, Dino was definitely one of the toughest blokes I played with. Simon Gillies, he was always one of the toughest. He was just kept going and going. He could go down 6 times a game, but he always got up. The toughest ever, I reckon, would be Mark Brokenshire. He was a front rower, and no matter what they threw at him, he always got up and kept going.
And just recently this year you've taken into fighting a little bit and decided to throw a few at Wellington, and Monty Beaton showed you what it was all about, that pretty face of yours.
I'm retired, mate.
You know, can you remember the time we went up to Newcastle? And Brock Chris Anderson asked Mark Robinson to give us a team talk before the game.
How wasn't there that day, but apparently we got a flog.
Yeah, I'll tell you the story. Chris Anderson asked Mark Robinson just after we retired to give us a team talk about the Newcastle team. So Brocky came in before the game and started bagging Newcastle, calling their dogs, their imposters, and they believed themselves and everything. So after the game we got beat 44-6. Brocky came to the dressing room and said, "Fellas, no more GL talks. I'll talk serious next time." And Brocky's never been back in the dressing room since.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, Stevie Reardon, like we said about Craig Polla-Mounter, I think if you could give a club man of the award every year in Canterbury, then really be in the top two every year for the year he's been here. Terrific bloke around the sheds. A person who, as you can see, is not as big as a lot of the other players in rugby league, but pound for pound gave it everything, and it was often more than what a lot of people bigger than him gave. You're a credit to the club, Reno. Big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. While Reedy hops off the stage there and leads far away, we'll have a little special tribute here from a couple of very special...
Do you want to show me something? Do you want to show me something?
So what are you doing with yourself? Have you made enough money to retire, or what's going with Mark Guy? Mate, 4 kids, keep me busy. Do a bit of work for different media outlets, and I've got a full-time job with a clothing company in Penrith, Scouts Sportswear, which my boss is here today. Luke's Ivanovic, by the way, former Penrith grade, he's here today. He's blown up too, I'm really happy with that. He's actually, he's making me look pretty fit today, so, like, guys, seriously, to get a testimonial for a player, it's, I think in Penrith there's only 3 or 4 players who achieve that, and they're legends, and I hope that Steve Reardon and Craig Polla-Mounter follow the same footsteps. Good on you, G. Thanks for your time. Thanks, Steve. Steve.
Thanks, Darryl. It's good to be here. And anyone who'd like to get Darryl's autograph, feel free. He's down there sitting on table 3, 4 and 5. I'm here to interview one of the legends of the game, a gentleman by the name of Mr. Greg Hartley. G'day, Greg. Stand up, Greg. Nice head of skin. No reflection on you. Hang on, Greg. Oh, you are standing up. Oh, sorry. Come out here, mate. Come here. Did you know about the interview? Say again? Did you know about the interview? No, I did not. Neither did I. Mate, we've had our some terrific times together. You refereeing some of our games.
I remember them well, Steve.
Yeah, the battles of Brookvale, you know, Parramatta Manly.
Yeah. A lot of runnings with you at different times.
Yeah, I remember saying to you, ref, whose feet is it? You said it's ours.
The funny thing about that, he wasn't wrong.
No, and honestly, you're the best referee I ever played against. I'm here with referee Stephen Clark, and it's a really fellow. How do you think you would have gone with the video assistance?
Oh, I don't think I would have handled that too well, Stephen, as you well know. The way we used to communicate in those days, it's far different to what Stephen and Harry does today. Without the sabotage.
I mean, we all had a pretty good understanding between the players and the referees.
don't have any problems. I had a few problems with Jack Gibson was around, but no, I don't have any problems with the players. I thought these were all great.
Yeah, Jack thought you done good too. Now, Greg, we've got, with the current crop of referees, do you think you would handle the training and all that they've got to do these days?
Training was never a problem with me. I would have been able to fit into that situation. I don't think we would have any problems. But they do train very hard. They work hard at their game. And no, I decided it well. I was born 10 years too early. Particularly the money that they get in the day would be fantastic.
Money's not everything, mate, is it?
You want to bet?
Okay, put your hands together, Mr. Brett Hartley.
I would Steve Clark, who you were sitting with before, actually, Edgy's nickname's Rick. I don't know if you're aware of that, the P's silent. Steve, first grade referee, how much do you get? Seeing Greg Hartley just asked, how much do you get paid a year?
Not enough.
Fair dinkum?
Not enough. Contrary to what some people probably think they don't get paid enough.
What about the, well, I don't think you do. I mean, fancy going out there making an idiot of yourself every week, you're certainly not getting paid.
Well, this is right. There's not too many people who are qualified enough to be go out there and try and make an idiot of yourself like we can.
What about any stories about these two blokes who were refereed a number of times, Steve Reid and Craig Polla-Mounter?
Yeah, nothing on Steve. He's pretty quiet when he's out in the field, but I noted earlier a lot of his teammates about Polly were saying that he's a fiery little customer, and from a referee's perspective, so I agree with that. He's probably one of the only players in the field that I've got a bit of height on. And I had to send him off quite a few years ago. I think it was about 1994. It was in the 9 minutes of the game down at Shark Park, when he said to touch judge, he said, "You're a silly old bastard." And the touch judge came on rather distressed, and he said, "What's the problem?" He said, "Well," he said, "I want Craig Polla-Mounter." And I said, "How'd you come?" He said, "What did he do?" He said, "Well, he called me a silly old bastard." He said, "The bastard I don't like, but I'm not old, I'm definitely not silly." And I gave Craig the opportunity to apologise, but he said, "You can get stuffed, I'm not going to apologise."
What game you got this weekend? What game you got this weekend?
I'm up at Gosford with Newcastle and the Northern Eagles.
For those of us who like a punt, can you tell us who's going to win what the score?
The Swans by 2 behinds.
Stephen Clark, thank you very much.
Thank you, Darryl Brown, living proof that Snow White and Dopey had a son. I'm here down here at table number 3 with Craig Smith, the current St George Aurora captain. Stand up, Craig, just watch your knees. Craig, you're down from, you started your career up in Brisbane playing union, they tell me.
Yeah, Polly and I attended a boarding school in Brisbane together, and I guess he was instrumental in me coming down and playing for his club of Bulldogs, and it's probably one of my favourite clubs as well. And I had a chance to play with Polly and Steve, and it's good times and good fun and good blokes.
And you saw the light and went across to the Dragons?
I don't know about saw the light, but I've been enjoying myself.
Oh, just the money?
Yeah.
Certainly is, not just talking equipment. Yeah, earned a lot out of football. Sorry, Greg. The Dragons, they had a very mixed year?
Yeah, the Dragons are struggling. We had a good weekend last weekend, putting one over the Doggies, so that's always good.
It wasn't ever, true. I mean, we flogged them 20 all. But how do you see the competition shaping up?
It's a very good competition that we play in these days. There's a lot of good football being played, and a testament to these two blokes here today that have been in this competition for so long. Two great competitors and two great rugby league players. But I think rugby league's looking good in Australia at the moment.
I think it's looking good too. It's just a bummer we're getting so much bad publicity. It's good to be in a club that doesn't have any financial problems.
Yeah, well, I guess so. I don't go too much into the financial side of things, but Canterbury's always been a good, strong club, and built on a lot of traditions and good morals and things like that. And the two blokes here today that we're here to honour, that's in their makeup and a tribute to them.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, back to you, Darryl. Thanks, mate.
I won't be trying to go head-to-head with you in a comedy contest, mate, but I will say this, you are a dickhead. You've got current Bulldogs first grade coach Steve Folks. Get up, Folksy. Folksy, of course, got the job by knifing his brother-in-law in the backhand. Is that all right? How do you think you got a job at 2GB, what is it? It's pretty easy. I got sacked from TUE, so I had to go somewhere. Mate, congratulations. How long have you been coaching first grade now? Is this your 4th year and already made a grand final? Not a bad effort. Yeah, 98 was obviously a really good year. 99 we fell a little short. Probably a little unlucky against Melbourne. But last year was a disaster, so we're hoping to improve. Well, I think you've already shown that. What about these blokes? Any stories on Polla-Mounter and Reed? Not that I can tell, no.
Nothing. Tell you something, you have blown up since you've given it away. What's going on with your bloke?
You're very fortunate, Dale. You live in a house with those very trick mirrors that make you look terrific. You're certainly not. You know, back in the old days when we were playing together, just going to ask you this, who was the best front row you played with and why was I? Actually, I did play in the second row with you a couple of times, Dale. I had great difficulty getting my arm around you down the other side, but as a front rower, you were a terrific blindside player. They used to call you Labrador, actually. Always bludging on the blind. What do we do with you now? Steve Folks,
Thank you, Dale. Mate, terrific to see a coach with a sense of humour. And it's good to see you healthy again after your bout of anorexia ponderosa. Tell me, what do you think of the human race, Darryl? I mean, as an outsider. Well, I'm down there with Ricky Stewart and Bulldog man through and through until he went to Canberra.
Yes, you go, mate.
You were loyal to all your clubs just like me?
Yes, very well. That's what I'm looking to do.
It is a funny thing, mate, because I mean, I spent 9 years at St George and, you know, still had a very, very good spot for them. And we've got our St George reunion on tomorrow night. And it's amazing how it's great to always come back and keep all your friends at your first club.
It is, I think, all footballers in each club are the same. And whatever club or how many clubs you play for, you tend to always keep those friends, and it's nice to be able to catch up with them. And just going back to a traditional club like St George would be great for a bloke like yourself.
Tell me, just, I mean, no one else is, you know, whatever you're saying here stays within the room. You got any shit on Stella?
No.
Scoot, you know, the marvellous human being. I know he's a marvellous human being. He rang me this morning to tell me so. How did you find playing against him?
Bert's Sterling, fantastic player. I think he's obviously right up there with the best halfbacks that played the game, but I tend to imagine, and I think a lot of people would agree, that the guy now, Andrew Johns, would probably have to take that reign. I've never seen a more complete package of a player.
He's a genius, isn't he? Every time he's got the ball, you're wondering what he's going to do.
Yes, you just keep listening to blokes like Sterling, as every year goes by, they just keep getting better, don't they?
They do. A bit like Farrell Bowman. Mate, we've got the State of Origin coming up. How do you think it's going to handle it?
I don't think there should be too many changes. Probably if I had to make one, I'd put Darren Breen in the side.
Very good comment.
But they're talking about making a number of changes. But last year it was only that the media naming the best side to ever been picked. So they put a lot of pressure on young Kamali, and I don't think Brett Kamali deserves that. The board's going to stand up in the first match, and I think if they do in the second match, we'll see a better game from the likes of Kamali and Phillip.
Good on you. Put your hands together for the all-time great Tim Stewart.
Thanks, Angie. Well, I'm with big, bad, bustling, I was going to say bumbling, but that's not right.
And after last week, bombing Barry Ward. Now, before we get started, I've got to say that you're one player in this club that I really respect because you're a bit like myself, you're a big fat heap of shit. But since I've come here today, I've also learned to respect another bloke, Steve Reed. If he's got a small dick, you're my mate. And quite obviously he has, because of the table of blokes I'm with over here, Luke, Patton, Martini, all those blokes said it's fair victim minuscule. But what are you going to say about these blokes? I mean, you've bluffed your way through about 10 years of first grade yourself. What about these blokes?
As you say, I'm a bit like yourself. I watch your videos and I just died on the blind.
Any chance of learning some ball skills? What's doing with you?
Nah, mate, they come.
What about these blokes? I saw you on the tape before. I know they had 12 takes to get that. Can you do something just off the cuff about them or not?
No, as like Folksy said, we can't say too much about them. But no, they're two great blokes. I've had a lot of pleasure in playing with them on and off the field, and they deserve everything they get. They're champion blokes.
Just on yourself, I spoke to you Hazard at half time last week after you got knocked out, and he said they put the normal test on you, count to 10. You got to 8, and they said, well, that's better than normal, so it's okay.
Actually, the test they'll give me, I don't think I would have passed the school.
Why don't you get a testimonial? How long have you been here?
Oh, mate, I've been here 9 years now, but I left and come back, so just glad to be back and play with blokes like Polly and Rita.
You seem a bit remorseful about leaving. Was there something wrong with it?
Yeah, it was probably one of the worst mistakes I've ever made, but just glad they let me come back to the club and enjoyed it since.
Right, you mate, you're an inspiration. Sit down on the group. Chance for all the fat blokes to do your step. Thank you, Darryl, Terry.
If Barry Nelson and Bob Hagan could make their way up onto the stage along with Craig Polla-Mounter and Steve Reed.
Polly and Rita, yeah, one to Nebraska.
Come on, Rita.
Thanks very much, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a fairly lengthy afternoon, and just as a finale, on behalf of the club, I'd like to thank you all for your presence today. I'd especially like to thank our two new compares, Chook and Bar. What a great job they've done. And as a very loyal two-header, as our president calls all Queenslanders, it's my great privilege to give this token to Polly on this very auspicious occasion. He's been a very good Queenslander at a very New South Wales club, and if everyone we get's like Polly, we'll have a great side, and we do have a stream of them coming through, but he's an example of what can be done with a young footballer coming from interstate, and he's really accredited himself well. And Polly, I don't think it's still out of the question that you might get a State of Origin jersey yet, but I'm really hoping you can.
I'd like to thank everybody for coming also. It's been a really good day for us. I'd like to thank Chook and Bar for put on a pretty good show. A few other people, we have to thank, especially for today, manager Sam and Steve's manager Chris. They've done a great job, and especially Peter Wagstaff and Steve Small. They've put this whole thing on for us, and we haven't had much input, and we're really happy the way it's turned out. Alison, thank you very much for the work you've done with getting all the sponsors here. And if I've forgotten anybody, I'm sorry. We'll get back to you later. And just also like to thank my wife Emma for putting up with me. I know I'm a bit of a pest, but she doesn't think so, so we're going right. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to thank everyone for coming today. A tribute to two real good-hearted footballers that have come from the bush of Queensland, and they've really tried hard. It's one of the great things in life when you get a young fella come from the bush and they spend about 10 or 12 years with you. You see them come down as boys, they get married, engaged, and all this sort of stuff, and they finish up. Rito hasn't done it yet, but I'm going to make sure he does. And to see them be a success, and they've just been wonderful club men. And this is one thing about the Bulldogs: we have more club members that have ever played whilst they're still playing, you know. And this is a big tribute to what the club's all about. And Rito and Polly are just part of that, you know. You know, if we ever went to war, I'd like to be in a trench with these two. You wouldn't have no worries. But they're wonderful blokes, and I'm really, Rito, I want to thank you for everything you've done for the club. You've just been a magnificent acquisition to the club, and it's nice to see your family come down from Temora. I don't see too many two-heads there, but the Queenslanders have always got two. But it's been wonderful to have you blokes in the club. And there's one thing I want to really clear up. Everyone was saying Polly's a pest, and he was. He was probably a serial pest. Him and Chook used to tie every year for the biggest pest. But I think we've got another one coming along worse, Scotty. I think he's going to be worse than the whole lot. But Polly and Chook are the worst pests I've ever been associated with the club. I've been here a long time. Anyway, Rito, thanks, and thanks very much, Polly. What a wonderful contribution.
Thanks very much. I'd also like to thank everyone Polly just thanked. I'd also like to thank my family and my friends that have come down from tomorrow. Travelled a fair distance to get here. I thank everybody that's turned up today. It's a bit of a surprise that so many people turned up for us, but thank you very much. A special thanks at the end. Bart donated his Deli M today, and I would never do it, not that I'm ever going to get one, but I just like to thank Bart. Something very special about someone who's in a career, so I thank Bart very much for what he's done.
Punchy talking about getting in the trench with Rito and Polly. I want to be a big trench and Punchy given, I'll tell you. Had to get the last word.
Big round of applause, please, ladies and gentlemen. Stevie Reardon, Frank Polla-Mounter. The club will welcome everyone and look after them, hospitality-wise, for a few more hours yet. So everybody, have a safe trip home. Good afternoon.
Yeah, thanks very much. Can I just say, don't forget the golf day on the 26th of June. It's a Tuesday before the third State of Origin. And I've just got told by Fakesy that the players got the rest of the week off after that. But don't forget, 26th of June, the golf day at Liverpool Golf Club, and have a good day. Bye-bye.